Hello and welcome. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Hope things are going great for you. And it's nice to see you all again. So I haven't done a stream or made videos in a little while, and there there is a reason for that. I got a lot of things going on with my job, and basically some other personal stuff going on, and it has really eaten into the amount of free time that I have. And my choices are to spend less time with my family and or sleeping in order to do YouTube, streaming, Twitch, all of that stuff. And I would much rather give up streaming, playing video games, and making videos than I would giving up sleep or time with my family. Um, that being said, that doesn't mean I'm leaving forever. I will continue to try to make videos and stream whenever possible. It's going to be less frequent than it is now. And I think with me not streaming and trying to push out basically poor man's content or low effort content, that it will force me to get better at making videos and I don't know, maybe just developing a more exciting way to stream to you guys. As I said, this is not the end. It's not over. I'm not going to just stop. Um, it's just going to be a little less frequent than it is right now. I'm still going to honor the end of month membership ship giveaway, but I think that it will be the last one that we do. Um, all memberships are appreciated, and I appreciate all of you guys that have participated in that. But I think that this will be the last membership ship giveaway that we do. And that kind of leads me into the next part of this video. The next part of this video is Star Citizen, how I feel about it, why I haven't been playing it, and why I may not play it again. I've been playing Star Citizen for the most part, and this is no exaggeration. I've been playing Star Citizen for the most part every day, every free day that I have for 2 years. And in those 2 years, I've become more and more monetarily invested into it. Now, granted, I haven't broke the $1,000 mark yet, but um, I've become more and more invested in the development, following it, reading on it, watching all the videos that get put out on it, um, staying informed so I can keep you guys informed to the best of my ability, testing different parts of the game so I can inform you guys to the best of my ability. And for lack of a better word, I am not that interested anymore, and I borderline just don't care anymore. That doesn't mean that I won't ever play it again. Maybe. I don't know. A lot of it has to depend on what happens in the upcoming 3.23 patch. Some of the things that have me jaded, I guess, about the development of Star Citizen is not just the time that it's taken for them to develop it, but let's get some facts straight here. They say that this is a pre-alpha. It's a test bed, but they have subscription-based models that'll allow you to test earlier and more frequently along behind um, um, paid doors. You know, concierge used to get you into the first testing experience. Now it's, you know, do you have a Legatus pack? And have you spent $25,000 with us? Then you get to be first in. There's stuff like that. It's the fact that, once again, back to it's you're told that it's an alpha or pre-alpha and that this is a test bed, but then it's very frequently shoved in your face via commercials for Star Citizen. Playable now. Join the alpha. And it's very much treated as a live service game. You know, you have the ships that you can pledge for, standalone ships, armor, weapons, plots of land, the modder's handbook. Uh, you can buy spacebucks, and the list goes on and on. And for a live service game, I don't think very much is being done for the amount of money that one can or does spend in this game. I'm also constantly getting a little put off by the fact that there's a lot of bugs, glitches, and game breaking things that are still happening in this game, even though patch after patch, hotfix after hotfix, they say they are fixed when they are not. And then other things like, say, the Cuddy Blue, it's been broken since 3.20, basically. You know, the QED, you can't find it in the on the dashboard by pushing F. You have to like look up into the ceiling and dig around, and you might find the QED. It's got a big hole in the back shield still. Now, I haven't played in a month, so maybe that got fixed, but I highly doubt it. I haven't seen it be addressed. You know, let's talk about the rock and rock mining. You know, a couple of buddies of mine have quit the game now for almost 8 months because their favorite game loop and the one that they enjoyed the most to do was rock mining. And way back in like 319 point whatever, it's been on and off, broken, more on than off. It's you know, you couldn't sell hadnite for a while, then you couldn't sell stacks of hadnite, you had to divide it. Then if it rolls over, you couldn't fix it. Now we got a big tractor beam, and yes, you can fix it. It can barely drive up hills. You have to get out of the rock, run up a hill, tractor beam it up the hill, then you can use it. It's had a noise bug now for, I think, 2 full patches where it sounds like the rock is over revving the entire time you're trying to drive it, even though you may not even be moving. And it's things like that, and those are just to name a few problems that are going on, and they never get addressed. They just get put off to the back burner because something new and better and sexy is coming out. And then the other thing that we hear is it can't be fixed because everybody's working on Squadron 42. Well, nobody's been working on Squadron 42 since a couple of months before SitCon. At least that's what they would lead you to believe, that it's all just polishing and getting the last stitches in before we release it. So why isn't this other stuff being fixed? Why? Well, you know, you can call me an ass if you want. It doesn't bother me. The reason why they're probably not working on getting some of this stuff fixed is because, well, they're hard at work getting the next ship out to you, so that way people will drop another $10 to $15 million collectively on buying a new ship. Now, very quickly, let's talk about 3.23. 3.23 could be nicknamed one of a couple of things, and we'll do this one at a time. So first one, personal hangars, freight elevators, and instanced hangars are coming into 3.23. That's fine. That's great. But from what I am being told and what I understand, and we'll have to wait and see when 3.23 comes back. Now, granted, I said I may not play again. That may not play again really hinges on what happens in 3.23. If I'm going to have to go into an instanced hangar. Well, let's back that up. My favorite gameplay loop is pirating. Now, if I go out and I pirate somebody, I have to move all their boxes from their reclaimer or their C2 or whatever it is that they have over to my ship, right? Now, from there, I'm going to have to fly over to, let's say, Grimhex. I land. Now I'm going to have to take all those boxes out of my ship, put it on the freight elevator, hit the button, and send it down, run out, store my ship, take the elevator, go to the TDD, or the admin, and sell it. If it doesn't sell because they have too much, or the price is skewed, or, you know, they have a bug, and I have to run back, unload it off the freight elevator again into my ship, fly it to, let's say, CRUL5 to the NQA, unload it again onto the freight elevator, run across the station, sell it, and then run back. And I have to keep repeating this process over and over again. You can see where unloading and loading a ship multiple times just to sell it once is going to get annoying fast. And let's also talk about how what I've seen through Sitcon, what they're going to do with personal weapons. Your inventory, your ship inventory, it all goes away, and you're going to have to use a kiosk in your personal hangar or in your instanced hangar to call up your weapons and armor. Now, what they showed at Sitcon was them taking it bit by bit off of the elevator, you know, walking up, holding F, pushing grab, grabbing it, putting it in their holster, grabbing the next piece of armor, putting it on. If that's the way it is, I don't want to play that. Now, if I can put it in a box and keep it in a box, and I can somehow label that box, which we all know Star Citizen is not going to have when it first become in its first iteration. It'll be tier 0 like everything else. Put it in a box, keep it in that box, and I can keep multiple sets of weapons or armor in that box, and I can call it up, dig through it really fast, pull out what I want, get in my ship and go. That's fine. But the cargo thing still has me worried. And for the people that say, oh, well, you know, they're going to put it on a timer and you'll just have to pay for it. Well, how long is that going to take? Is it going to be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes? What am I going to do standing in a space station with nothing to do? All the space stations are basically the same. It's just a slightly different layout. What is there to do in there? You can't even buy pizza. It's hot dogs and burritos. That's all you can buy. The arcade games don't work. So I'm supposed to run around and attempt to VoIP and make conversation with people that, let's face it, either A, don't have mics, or B, they don't want to talk to anybody. So there's no fun there. Okay, fine. That sounds like it's less and less the game for me. And here's the big thing. Here's the big thing before I stop ranting about Star Citizen. Here is the real big thing. 3.23 is supposed to have master modes. They've been pushing it as having master modes. They've been talking nothing but about master modes for the last 18 months. Master modes this, master modes that, master modes this, master modes that. We're finally going to get it. I'm going to leave my personal thoughts about master modes alone. But I have a big issue with how they are implementing master modes in 3.23.
The most voted on question was, can you explain in detail how quantum dampeners and quantum snares will work on ships in nav mode?
Not yet. No, or has a big impact on combat itself. But the thing is, we have not specifically implemented that part yet. At 3.3 is like not the full experience for master modes, right? It's just the first step. There will be stuff missing.
So, what did we learn here today? That they've been talking about this for 18 months plus, and they have no idea how they're going to implement QED. Why Well, because Squadron 42 Master Modes was developed for a single player game, which is more than likely going to release on console as well. So they have to dumb it down and simplify the flight so that millions of people can buy this in its ease of use and sell more games. That's why. Now, that should be the goal of any company, but releasing a half baked thing into a patch yet again for the umpteenth time is getting quite annoying. Everything that is released in this game is tier 0 or is a placeholder. I give you the bunkers. I give you pick just about anything in this game. It is all a tier 0 and a placeholder. And some of this stuff sits for a year or 2 years or more before it gets touched again. And that's my fear going into having master modes and the entire way we do our flight mechanics. It's going to sit there for months before certain things are added, tweaked, balanced, etc. And to be honest, with no QEDs, air-to-air pirating is dead. There is no more air-to-air pirating, especially if me and my Hornet or my Inferno or whatever it is, shit, even my C2 with dual ADB5s on there, I'm not going to be able to catch you while you're in nav mode. You're going to be flying 3 times to 10 times faster than I can go. I'm never going to catch you. I'm never going to get you to stop and slow down. And some people are like, well, you just have to wait in certain areas and shoot them down right away. Well, yeah, that's tons of fun. That's tons of fun to shoot somebody down right next to a point of interest that they can just jump back to in 5 minutes. That's wonderful. So we're left with either kicking in doors in bunkers and or distribution centers, but we don't know how those are going to work. Are they going to be instanced? Are they not going to be instanced? How is that going to work? Is it going to be a murder hobo's wet dream? We don't know. We'll have to wait. And then our last option is ramp ratting. And I'm sorry, I just don't feel like ramp ratting. I think it is a form of piracy, yes. I think it's the lowest form of piracy, and it's not my idea of fun to sit around and wait all day for somebody to leave their door open for a second and me to sneak on board. Now, I've done it before in space stations and things like that, where people would leave their doors open, or I'd sneak in behind them, and I'd be sitting on VoIP giggling and laughing at them and telling them, saying all kinds of crazy stuff to them over VoIP. And, it turned into some funny moments, but it's ramp ratting to steal somebody's stuff is just not my idea of a good time in Star Citizen. Okay, I'm done with the Star Citizen rant. So I may or I may not come back to Star Citizen. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But the point still stands. Things are changing in my life. I may or may not be able to stream as much as I do now, or get out videos. As I said, they're low effort videos. I'm gonna be stepping away from doing a lot of low effort videos and trying my hand at getting better quality to you guys. And that's just gonna come through trial and error and lots of practice. So I'm sorry if this is bad news for some of you guys. I really enjoy your guys' company when I stream. Most of what motivates me to keep streaming is you guys and hanging out with you guys, having awesome laughs, sharing stories back and forth, and sometimes me just struggling at a video game for your guys' entertainment. But if you have any ideas of what you would like to see in the future, leave them down in those comments. Whether it's more reacts, more of this game, more of that game. That's the other thing too. When it comes to Star Citizen, there are a lot of other games out there that, in my opinion, are more worthy of me spending my time on than moving boxes around for an hour plus. Um, games like Helldivers, Last Epoch, hell, even Tarkov. But yeah, I'm going to do my best to try to get more content. But if there's stuff that you want to see in particular, put it down in the comments below, and I will attempt to cover that or do that sort of video for you guys. Thanks for watching until the end. Sorry, I ramble a little bit, but you know how I am. And with that, so long. Thanks for all the fish, and I'll see you guys hopefully soon.